Welcome to the All That and Denson YouTube channel. My name is Randall Denson, and today I want to share with you how to draw an eye step by step. This is going to be an easy and quick tutorial, so grab your pencil, your eraser, a piece of paper, and join me. Okay, let's get started. First, you want to draw a big circle in the middle of your paper. This is our very first circle. And you want to draw it light just in case you need to erase. And then you want to do a second circle inside of that first circle. And then one more circle in the middle of the second circle. And now we're going to create a tear duct. I'm going to add mine on the left side, and it's sort of like a baby C. And then you want to create an arc over the top of that second circle and connect it to your tear duct. Next, you will add another arc a little bit above the bottom of that second circle. Now I'm going to add a dark line underneath that top circle and a line, a little arc in between the second and the first circle. Now I'm just going to darken some of these lines. That second circle and the third circle in the middle. I'm going to darken the arcs above that second circle and below it. And now I'm going to shade in that second circle. And the top of that second circle, I'm going to have it a little bit darker than the rest. This is going to create the iris. You don't have to shade that left side as hard because we're going to erase it right now anyways to create the glare. We're going to save space for the glare. And then you want to shade in that third circle, which is the pupil. Now you want to add some lines in that iris. Make it look like kind of like a star. You just want to keep making some sharp lines from the middle to the outside. I'm just going to harden these lines around again, where the eyelash is. Now I'm going to harden these lines. The first circle we drew, that's our eyelid. We do it on the bottom left, and then a small one on the right. And this time you can just erase the lines you don't need. And I forgot these little guys right here. Then I'm going to close my tear duct and shade that in a little bit. And I'm also going to shade underneath that top eyelid just a little bit to give it that effect, of a shadow. Now for our eyelashes, we're going to make small arcs going up, not straight lines. And from the right to the left, they're going to start off dark and get a little bit lighter and a little bit smaller. As you get to the left side of the eyelid, you're going to arc them towards the left. Now on the bottom eyelid, we're going to create a little space in between that bottom eyelid and just make some small arcs going down. Just a little bit. The bottom eyelashes are a lot smaller than the top. Now I'm just going to make this top eyelid a little bit darker. And then create a little small dash underneath the tear duct and arc it downwards for that bottom eyelid. And I'm going to make some light shading on the inside of that top eyelid. Now I'm going to make my eyelashes just a little bit darker, add some volume to it. You can add as many as you like, depending on how thick you want them to be. And now I'm just going to erase a little bit inside the iris towards the bottom. Just going to darken some of these areas inside the iris. Darken the outside lines of the iris, make it pop a little more. Now, we're going to finish up with the eyebrow. You're going to make a small arc from the left to the right, and it's going to arc towards the tail. And then do the same thing, just copy that same line right above it, maybe a couple inches, maybe half an inch. Now I'm going to do some upward strokes to give it that hair look. And just do that all the way through the eyebrow to fill it in. And you want to make it pretty dark, especially towards the bottom. Makes it a little bit more realistic. Now I'm just going to straighten that bottom line and shade in the bottom of that eyebrow a little more. And just add a couple of more strokes to make it a little more lifelike. Now I'm just going to erase a little bit of that line that we had left over from the top of the eyebrow to clean it up. Add some finishing touches. We are finished. And that concludes today's tutorial. You just sketched out an eye. I would love to see how your sketch came out. So why don't you follow me on any of these social media platforms, send me a DM and a picture of what your eye came out to look like. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, why don't you hit that bell for notifications for future videos just like this. You might as well subscribe and hit that like button too, please. I really appreciate you once again, and I'll see you next time.